Okay, guys, let's move on. Whoa, 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 whoa. With some character creation.
Rangers, come talk to me when you've got a moment. Want to discuss staffing and recruiting, that kind of thing. Good job, Rangers. Nice to be able to hear ourselves think again. And now that it's quiet enough to talk, let me reintroduce you to the great Sergei Greatsky, who's going to be helping you with personnel.
Hi again, Rangers. Damn sorry about your people. But now that you're here, we'll do what we can to get you back on your feet and find you some new recruits. Just like the Patriarch promised you. And I already got you one of the best. Meet Marcelo Gonzalez, electronics wizard, radio technician, and former dispatcher for the Marshals. He'll be your radio operator.
Howdy, Rangers. While you were dealing with the alarms, I took the liberty of installing a combat AI in your vehicle. Should help you out. If you want to chat, I'll be in the operations room getting things up and running.
Should be more recruits arriving soon. Ready to tell me how you want to fill out your squad?
Let's ask the questions, they don't really matter.
Of course. Ask away. Well...
Well, Sergei won't blow his own horn, so I'll do it for him. He's Colorado's greatest war hero. Fought by the Patriarch's side from the beginning and saved the old man's life about 100 times, right, Sergei?
75. Tops. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Slick here. Nobody knows the streets and alleys of Colorado Springs, or the people that live there, better than dashing Darius Kwan.
You're too kind, Sergei.
They kiss us each other.
Yeah, I was getting a little itchy doing the same old in the Marshals.
So the first guy you get as a recruit is a cop. Interesting.
And retirement was driving me stir-crazy. Just sitting around listening to the paint peel. I jumped at the chance to help you folks out.
Imagine you got as a first recruit to find the fucking cannibal instead. That would be great. It would force you to play an evil character. Just like right now it forces you to play a good character. Because if you choose to go evil in the middle of the game, this guy leaves you. So yeah. Whatever. I just... yeah, whatever.
It's no lie that I've been looking to leave the Marshals, but you're right. That's not the whole story. The Patriarch asked me to keep an eye on you, so... here I am.
I just want one thing. I just don't understand why games don't do what Baldur's Gate 2 did. You know, it had the Cooper score on it, and almost all the NPCs were at the very start of the game, and you could get a party of 6 people, 5 of them were NPCs, and you had more than enough NPCs with all of them had their backstory and all this stuff, and you had them right from the beginning of the game. I mean, some of them were in the graveyard district, some of them, they were all in the starting districts, in the starting city. I mean, the girl that I could have saved in the previous video and I let her die, even her, he's the third recruit that you find, but you have to complete the entire quests of the first city, the first area, in order to get her. That's very annoying. And I would really love to have the option of playing just with 2 rangers and the rest of them be NPCs, but the game doesn't give you that option.
And I am truly sick of retirement. But, yeah, I'm doing the Patriarch a favor too.
Let's say... liaisons. The Patriarch wants you to succeed, and he knows it's not going to be easy. You're strangers in a strange land.
You don't know the politics. You don't know the personalities. Who hates who? Where the bodies are buried.
That's where we come in. We're here to make sure you don't make too many rookie mistakes. Step on the wrong toes. And yeah, we're supposed to report back to the Patriarch about how you're doing. But you didn't really expect to be left completely to your own devices, did you?
Not sure exactly. We came by a week and a half ago and it was stone quiet.
We were gonna get the place cleaned up before you got here. But then the Dorseys attacked the city, so it got put on the back burner.
Something must have triggered the security systems between then and now. Could have been anything. Patriarch chased out the last big gang maybe 10 years back. Before that, all kinds of bandits, militias, and cults have lived here since the deluge.
Recently, it's been mostly outlaws and refugees. We should check around to see if there are any current occupants.
Could be what set off the alarms.
Okay.
Around these parts, we call the nuclear apocalypse the deluge of fire, because, well, that's what it was.
Noah's flood was the deluge of water. The nukes were the deluge of fire. Gonzalez? He's a whiz with stuff like that. The AI will allow you to give the vehicle orders in combat without having to be inside it. Basically, it'll become another member of your squad. Okay, what's next?
Okay, now it's time for character creation. Again. Yeah.
My advice is to put together a squad with complementary skills. Nobody can be great at everything. So, pick recruits who are good at things your current team isn't. And you can always round out your squad with folks you meet along the way. Keep that in mind when you're choosing from the recruits I've rounded up.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. These 4 guys that I'm gonna make, these are gonna be the only guys that I'm gonna be using. I'm not gonna be teasing the fact that you change recruits all the time. There's all kinds of cheese you can do. Mostly exploit barter, and free weapon modding and stuff like that. Instead we're gonna make a couple of dudes. So, what they wanna make? Yeah, an old guy. He's gonna be our leader. Let's make our leader. What are we gonna name our leader? And he's gonna be a goat killer. Nah, he's gonna be sex machine. Yeah, let's give him sex machine. Critical chance is also really good. Okay, let's go a bit through this, just for anybody who's interested. This is useless. This is gonna be less than 1 extra level by the end of the game. Useless, plus 1 perception. This is completely useless. Fire damage bonus is very good in the late game if you know you're gonna be using fire weapons. It is very good. Explodomaniac, it's extremely good, but you want it on just one person in the game. You're not gonna have multiple explosive experts. God Killer is great, especially in a character who focuses a lot on intelligence and critical hits, because those critical hits are doing insane amounts of damage. So you don't really care about your raw damage, you care mostly about your critical chance. So yeah, but he's gonna be our leader, so he's not gonna have much intelligence. So we don't want God Killer on him. This is whatever. Melee damage bonus, this sounds very good, but actually melee weapons don't do that much damage, so you don't really care about this. Yeah, you don't really. This sounds good on paper, but sadly melee weapons don't do that much damage. Kissos, Parter, all these are terrible, especially the way the skill system works. At best, if you exploit them in later on, you can get 5 extra skill points, which is whatever. Evasion plus 5%, not terrible, but I don't like evasion that much. Crit resistance, not terrible again, but whatever. Raider Hated is really good if you want to make the game easier, but I don't like situational stuff. Sex Machine is great, it's pretty much like having 2 extra speed. Status effect resistance, status effects are whatever, you don't really care about them, so this is useless. Hardas, again, same shit. Penetration plus 2 is whatever. So pretty much you've got the choice between Sex Machine and if you have an explosive expert you go for a explosive explodomaniac, and if you have an intelligence guy you go for critical chance. That's pretty much it. These are the 3 ones which are relevant. All the rest are irrelevant. And fire damage, if you know you're gonna be playing if you're exploiting the system and making new characters later on and you have fire damage weapons, you can go for Disciple of Fire. This is really good. It's just not very good in the early game because other than the flamethrowers you don't have any other flame weapons in the early game. So that's pretty much it. This sounds good on paper. I tried it. You still don't do that much damage. You don't use your melee dudes for damage. Okay, recruit masculine. He's a sex machine. He will be an old guy. I'm gonna have to think of a name. The portrait. Physique, you're fine. Average height, slender, jacked. Let's make him jacked. Face. He's a darker skinned guy. Hair. Oh god. This is gonna take a while. We definitely want a lot of beard. I can leave him like that. I mean, he doesn't have that much hair in the portrait. But I don't want to waste time with the hair. White. This is close to white. And this is closer to white. Okay, let's leave him like this. Yeah, he's fine. I'm fine with this appearance. Starting weapon, he's gonna have a shotgun. Shotguns are the best items in the game. I don't care about luck. I don't care about awareness on this guy. Let's give him some strength just to survive. And we're gonna get speed later. I'm gonna leave intelligence at 2 just for the extra skill point in the early game. Max out charisma. This sucks a bit. I want more coordination. Yeah, I'm gonna suck 1 strength to get 1 coordination. Give him more strength later. Our speed is terrible, but Sex Machine should help a little bit. And skills. Okay, skills. He definitely needs to be our leader. He definitely gonna have small arms. And I need a Hardas. And I also need a nerd. I think that's all I'm missing. Weird science can wait. You don't have much interactions with weird science in the game, so it can wait. It's more of a combat skill. It's not science. The old science is nerd stuff. Nerd stuff is the old science from Fallouts and Wasteland 2. Weird science is more of a combat skill because it boosts your energy damage. So if you're using energy weapons or fire weapons or cold weapons, yeah, you go for weird science. Okay, let's make him like this. These two I'm definitely gonna want. QUIRK. Do I want a QUIRK? I don't think I do. What was I saying? Okay, let's go once. I'm gonna do this only once. Go through all the perks. So Blunderer, terrible. Never go for this. You don't want minus 50% critical chance and 15% bonus melee damage. Is not that relevant. Terrible, again 6 armor is not that relevant. Minus 4 combat speed is very relevant. This is extremely strong. Crit resistance 5% is extremely strong, especially in sprint jerk. And 0.4 combat speed is also extremely strong. Detection time is pretty relevant, just makes it a little bit more annoying to start encounters. And minus 10% evasion is a bit of a bummer, but still, you know, crit resistance 5% is as good as 10% evasion, if not better. And combat speed, so this is great. The problem is if I click on this, I will not click on this, but if I do, the character turns into a stupid jester, so you don't want to do that. This is whatever. Max action points, you cannot wear armor. Yeah, whatever, I don't want to do this. You cannot read skill books. The drawback is not that big, but status effects are pretty relevant in the game. You don't die from status effects, you can cure most of them, so yeah, whatever. Bonus initiative, you never use initiative shouldn't have existed. Medical marvel, your characters will die, you don't want them to. I mean, this amounts in a total of, I don't know, on 25 level it's like 150 hit points, which is a lot of hit points, but you still will die. There are attacks which they will one-shot you even on 600 hit points. So yeah, this is bad for Supreme Berserk. If you're playing on the lowest difficulties, this will make your game just easier. Mime, terrible. You don't care about detection time ever. This is terrible. I used to make this on my secondary characters, which I had them only for barter and modding and stuff like that, so I don't have to make multiple characters. I would make only one, give him this, and have all the modding and the barter and stuff on that one guy. So if you're going for such a guy in your, you know, for these interactions, you can give him point extra. Otherwise the drawback is extremely big. This is great. You don't care that much about quick slots in most characters. You just want quick slots mostly on your Explodomaniac and your healer. The rest don't care that much about quick slots. Pyromaniac is great, obviously. Oh, I'm gonna give him Pyromaniac. Yeah, definitely. Later on he will have some fire weapons. And even if he doesn't, I don't care about the drawback. Obviously, Pyromaniac, in my opinion, is the best quirk by far. Sadomasochist, you definitely don't want to be receiving 30% more damage. You can go for this if you want to make a super squishy sniper. You can go for this. It's not terrible, it's not great either. Bonus 3 AP after its kill, where there were some fights where you won't have any kills. So in these fights, this is straight away huge drawback. And there will be fights where you are fighting 1 or 2 enemies only, and you have to make the last shot. I don't like serial killer. This is okay, but again there will be some very few fights where the fight will last very long, and some of these fights are really hard, and this will be a huge drawback for these fights. -1 AP and minus hit chance, especially the hit chance is a huge drawback. You don't want that. You can't use it, I guess. 2 first turns. You can try this to make the game run smoothly. Most combats run only in 2 turns. In 1 or 2 turns you killed almost everybody. So you can try this. This is not terrible. Varangian Blood, again it's okay. Plus 3 AP for 1 turn. If nobody dies, you have no drawback. So you can try this. Not bad. This is pretty terrible. Again, you don't care about bleeding, you don't care about poisoned, you don't care about soaked, you don't care about burning, you don't care about frozen. You do care a little bit about the drawback. So yeah, don't go for this. It sounds good, it's actually terrible. None of these effects are threatening. Way of the Squeezings, you can try this if you wanna play some melee guy. If you wanna play a guy with bladed weapons, you can try this, but the idea that I'm gonna have to constantly pay attention on how much booze I have on my guy and constantly drinking them, I find that annoying, so yeah, I haven't tried it. But yeah, if you wanna play a guy with bladed weapons do decent damage, you can try this. Even on Supreme Jerk, it's not terrible. So, we did this, we leave skills as they are, and now the hard part. What's your name, bro? Whatever. He's gonna be Panayot. And he's gonna be our leader. And now we're left with the brawler. And our brawler is gonna be a female. She's gonna be Punch. That's her name.
Shoot! We can handle this, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be feminine. She's gonna be, again, a sex machine. I don't think I need any of the rest. Yeah. Yeah. The first time I went for the, what is it, the 10% bonus damage on melee attacks. We don't wanna do that. Especially in the early game, that bonus movement speed will help you a lot. Portrait. I like this portrait. Try to make her similar to that portrait a little bit. I'm not gonna waste much time here. That's fine. And her hair is dark. Yeah, I could try to find hair that fits better, but whatever. And we're gonna make her bulky, cause she's not huge. Let's make her tall and stocky. What? Compact. Okay, let's make it tall and stocky. And starting weapon. Let's give her a heavy weapon. Oh no, a sniper. I need sniper ammo. Okay. We need... I'm gonna leave intelligence on 2. Yeah, I really want that extra skill points in the early game. Max the speed. We don't need awareness, we don't need luck. We definitely need charisma, but later. Yeah, only 3 strength. That's freaking terrible, but I really want that extra skill point. It's the same thing. I'm gonna spend the extra skill point on 1 more on brawling, so it's the same thing. I don't know. Generally, what you want in your brawlers, you want to max out coordination and strength. I also. Mid speed 10 gives you so much bonus combat speed than speed 9. It's a huge difference. Yeah, that sucks a bit. Whatever. Skills. This is gonna be our brawler. And the rest are gonna have... and our leader. The rest are gonna have the weight. It's probably gonna be our hardest as well. Quirks. Did I give here a quirk? No, I didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna give here no quirk. Yeah, I can give here Explodamaniac, but whatever. Oh, ready.
Listen, I can get you all the fighting troops you need. But if you meet any talented people in your travels, now that we've got that sorted,
Oops, sorry.
let's talk about the next steps. Now, you're the boss here, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but getting this place up and running wouldn't be a bad place to start. That means surveying the base and finding specialists to staff it. Perfect. That'll give you a chance to see if any of the junk around here is worth keeping before I toss it all out. After that, you might want to give Sheriff Daisy a hand. If you impress her, maybe she'll hook you up with some specialists for the base.
Nice.
Anyway, your call. Colorado Springs is straight out the main gate. If you want to go to Denver or Aspen, just hop back in your car and go out the way you came in.
One sec. Forgive me for saying so, but I'm guessing you folks are gonna need as much help in the field as you will here in HQ. So, what if I joined your squad? At least until you find your feet. Well, I know this city like the back of my hand. And this city knows me. My time in the Marshals means I've got connections and trusted informants everywhere. Plus, I'm a sure shot and a decent scrapper. And, though it hurts my civic pride to say it, there are places around here where those things might come in handy. Great. I'm at your disposal. Lead the way.
Nice. Okay, I hope I didn't do any mistakes. Skills, brawling, leadership. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I did a mistake. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Holy crap. Yeah, whatever. She's gonna have to be disbanded. Okay, this is the only time I'm gonna
Been
do
seeing a
this.
chicken around here. Now, what can I help you with?
Okay, let's... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I knew I would make some mistake, because I was trying to go fast with the character creation, because it's always tedious for viewers.
Well, I've got friends in the Marshals, the Patriarch's Palace Guard, and some local militias. They've always got more folks wanting to sign up than they have positions for. So I asked my pals to send over everybody on their waiting lists. Now, some of these folks may be, less than top grade for sure. But most will be solid recruits, ready and willing to learn. You'll have to pick and choose. Happy to tell you what you need to know.
Yeah, that's a lot of talking.
Well, came here with my folks when I was a kid, and was a young man when Saul was trying to unite the families and make Colorado a state. I got behind him right away. He had leader written all over him, even back then. I've served at his side ever since, fighting against the monster army, consolidating power here in town, helping him expand our borders.
What Mr. Greatsky means is that he played a key role in many of the Patriarch's greatest victories. And he had no small part in making Colorado what it is today.
You're too kind, Darius. Well, the fighting's never really ended. Trying to hold it all together is a constant struggle. This business with his children is just the latest in a long line of troubles. I do indeed. Some folks can't get past his brusque ways, but that's just the impatience of a man who knows what's right, dealing with fools who don't. He cares too deeply about the well-being of the people of Colorado to let political courtesy slow him down. Of course, you'll hear a lot of folk condemning him for hurting this group or that group with his decisions. But the way I see it, they should be glad it wasn't them who had to make the choice.
They should be glad it wasn't them who had to make that choice. Yeah, interesting choice of words.
Stories? They are stories indeed these days. I've told him so many times all the truth's been wrung out of him. Now, let's see. Here's one. So, one day we were hunting monster army raiders and came upon a tin-walled shack. The people inside were shooting at us and not answering our calls to parley. Well, I got sick of that real quick and unslung my rocket launcher. But Saul, he holds up a finger, then creeps around behind the compound. Well, pretty soon we hear him smashing through those tin walls with his hammer, and then comes two high-pitched screams. A few moments later, he comes striding out, carrying a child under each arm. They've been shooting at us because they thought we were coming to eat their dying parents. Now, I will never know how Saul knew it was kids in there rather than raiders, but somehow he did. And we brought them and their folks back to the city and helped them out until they got well again. And he's always been like that. An uncanny ability to always do the right thing.
Yeah, everybody loves the Patriarch. That's the main reason I don't like. I've tried going the other way around, going against him, but I don't really like it.
Give me a while and I'll see if I can remember any more. In the meantime, I'm sure you have plenty to do. Happy to. What's on your mind?
I fucked up, so I'll have
Sure thing. Let's have a look.
to take a look on the Rangers. Oh my god, and you cannot delete Rangers, sadly. Discharge. Yes. Oh, you can delete. It's just called discharge instead. Sorry guys, this is gonna take a while. This is gonna punch. I'm gonna try to do it fast.
You started it!
We can handle this, right?
This is gonna be a sex machine. Male. Okay. Female. Okay. This hair is fine. Yeah, whatever. This is gonna be our brawler, right? Yeah. For coordination. Okay. Skills. Just brawling. We'll think about the rest later. Just brawling. Quirk. Did I give her quirk? I don't think so. Why would I want her to be a paramaniac? Yeah, there's no fire weapons for a brawler. Good.
There you go. Anything else? Anytime, Rangers. Always happy to tell war stories.
Okay,
I'll
that's
be
it.
here.
So we have our squad. At long last. Let's go loot the base. Oh god. There's a couple of fights here.
A garage. We get this cleaned out, you can put your truck in here.
We might lose some of our dudes here. There is a pretty hard fight.
Tired of gridlock? Sick of dodging reckless drivers? Fed up with paying a fortune to shady mechanics that never actually fix your car? Consolidated Atomics has the answer. Introducing Hermes, the revolutionary vehicle AI that's an expert driver, navigator, and auto mechanic all in one. Hermes remembers your daily commute, gathering up-to-the-minute traffic reports to plot the quickest route to your destination. The AI also takes care of basic maintenance, keeping your vehicle in peak condition. Visit your local dealership for information on a Hermes upgrade kit today. Consolidated Atomics, 21st century solutions for the problems of today.
I'm gonna get her coordination at 6, then I'm gonna get some strength, and then I'm gonna max out awareness. Just so she can wear some armor and pants and stuff like that. Yep. Skills. Yeah, I have to think about my skills. Do you have a doctor? Okay. I'm missing a nerd and a doctor. My brawler would be very nice if he was my nerd. I don't have a nerd, right? And mechanics, lockpicking. And this guy is big guns, sneaky shit. So, you're gonna be my nerd. Oh, you need your weapon. Nobody can use this. Okay, weapons. You've got this. Let's give here the other sniper because it has different type of bullets, and I'm low on ammo on both my snipers. So yeah. Oh, and this on my sniper. We want bonus critical chance on here. She's our only intelligent squad member. Okay, do we max out? Who is gonna be our doctor? I could make... okay, this guy is our leader. I could make him our doctor as well. So, let's get nerd stuff out of the way. Why nerd stuff on the brawler? Nerd stuff allows you to hack turrets and robots and stuff like that, and brawlers are very fast. So having nerd stuff on a very fast guy can be very useful. So yep, that's why. I don't think I need more than 2 for now. So what is left? Confirm. We've got leadership. We've got all kinds of weapons except melee. I've played melee for fun. They're nice, but they're very weak at the moment. Automatic weapons, big guns, pro league, snipers. Animal whisper, we don't care. Explosives, we have. We're missing first aid. Weird sciences for later. We're missing armor modding, it's for later. We've got mechanics, we've got nerd stuff. We don't need survival. Toaster repairs for later. I could go for toaster repair. Yeah, a bit later. Weapon modding later. Barter. We're gonna get a barter Dudessa later. We're missing Hardas. Okay, who's gonna be our Hardas? Okay, it's gonna be one of them is gonna get first aid and the other one is gonna have hardas. I'm gonna give my leader first aid. Yeah. Yeah, let's give our leader first aid. For first aid, okay. And let's give our brawler hardas. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of hardas. Okay, let's get nerd stuff on 3. We've got a key sauce. We don't need. We're gonna be keeping these guys. This guy as our key sauce, and later on we might give him one more skill. We're not gonna upgrade sneaky seat on him. And this guy is our leader. Let's give him one more on leadership. And we're gonna need both mechanics and lockpicking. Let's give one more on mechanics right now. And here we need more explosives and sneaky seat, but we're gonna see what checks we have on the way. Okay, they died from cold. Oh no. Whipped to death. Okay, it was slavers. Okay. Starvation, dehydration. Okay, these were slaves. Yeah, the same thing. Oh. An implant. Take the implant. Oh. Whatever, you cannot use this. You don't have to go for... yeah, whatever. Inspect the corpse again. Yeah, the same thing. Leave the corpse alone. Holy shit. And there's a body you can loot here, which gives you some crap that I'm not gonna read. You can open this door, but down here it's locked, so nothing to do. Oh, there's a trap.
Look at all this machinery.
More traps.
If we can get it all running, this will be
See,
a good
that's
spot
why
for
we
your armor.
needed to wait on our skills. We need more explosives. And let's get sneaky seat to 3. Because it gives us extra perceptions, you never know. Some sniper bullets, that's nice. Molotov. Oh, I'm gonna use this. Let's see what the computer has to say. I'm not gonna go reading all these logs and shit. I'm just not gonna do that. It's interesting, but yeah, this playthrough will focus mostly on, you know, the main story and stuff. I don't wanna read all the logs. It's gonna take me ages to read all the logs. On the computers and stuff like that. Okay, there's this toaster. It's worth going for it, but not right from the start. There's a battle here.
Pretty
Okay,
grand,
let's
isn't
check our inventory.
Maybe we can make it a trophy hall or museum.
We need the cocktail. There was some guy who's an explodomaniac. This guy, yeah, he was an explodomaniac. Let's give him a Molotov cocktail. Let's give him... Oh, wait, he was our doctor as well. Yeah. Okay, so you need the medkits. Rocket launcher. Okay, we've got the rocket launcher hardened. Turret? No, we don't have any other turrets. It's fine. It's not that hard of a battle here. Usable items. Smoke grenade, nope. Yeah, whatever. Oh, let's give her. Let's give them the option of healing themselves at least. We're ready to go. Where is that going? Holy crap, if that happens in a harder battle. Okay, 3 bullets, 38 bullets. I guess we're playing with the worst sniper. Nah. You missed. Mother father. I don't wanna shoot my own guy. I don't have any debuffs. I have a lot of health. The brawlers will be pretty useless early on, but the high speed makes it so I'll be able to finish off guys and shit. Oh, that's really nice. Come on. Good. Nah. $68. Why doesn't that increase my chances? Good. Expected as much. Don't attack. Okay. That's a bad position. Let's see. What? Miss? At last. Yeah, he's probably gonna run. Stop missing, guys.
Survived another one.
Good. I don't have any anti-venom, so when the poison finishes doing its work, I'm gonna eat a med kit. I feel it's too easy. Holy crap. Yeah, again, this is huge amount of logs. I'm not gonna read them. Sorry, guys. It's like examine personal logs. Try recover some of the logs. Okay, we need nerd stuff 4. We can come for this later. Yeah, whatever. This is gonna be, yeah. I don't wanna read all of this. Yeah, you see, all this is huge amounts of text, and I don't think they have much to do with the quests. I think I already pushed that one. That was the one that I used nerd stuff for. Okay. Let's check this out as well, because these are the ones that require nerd stuff in order to read them. The rest are just come on. I think we're done. Oh. Yeah. If you are really interested in the lore, there are some YouTubers who read every single one of these. I'm gonna focus mostly on the gameplay, you know, the fighting and stuff like that. I wanna read for 2 hours generic lore that doesn't have much to do with
Don't shoot!
the main story.
Who are you? You're not dressed like the marshals. I'm Del Hackett, and I speak for these people. We've been living here for months, and we've got nowhere to go. Please, will you let us stay?
Bad idea. I've been in their shoes, but this is a military base. If we have squatters everywhere, it'll be hard to keep discipline. Your recruits won't like it either.
Yeah,
The
whatever.
Patriarch's people don't care about people like us. But you're not beholden to them.
I'll keep the squatters. I like squatters.
We all farmed in the border country between Colorado and the plains. Thought we were safe out there, under the Patriarch's protection. Back then, the gangs feared the Patriarch. Not anymore. They burned our greenhouses and killed everyone who tried to fight them. No place left to run but here. For any of us. Not intentionally. The Patriarch's people drove up to the base a few days ago, so we hid in here for a while. Then when Andy went to check if they left, all the doors slammed shut and the alarms started whooping. Don't know what happened. Been living in these ruins for weeks, and we never set anything off before. We're not welcome there. They already have too many mouths to feed, and more are always coming.
Okay, we'll feed you.
Good call. Won't make the volunteers happy, but the Patriarch put you in charge, not them.
You said yes. I was sure you wouldn't. We won't be any trouble, I promise, and we'll help out wherever we can.
She's lying. She's not helping in any way in the entire
Giving us a
game.
chance.
And she's trouble later on.
Oh, and one of our people is missing. Andy. If you find him hiding out somewhere, you send him back to us?
Yeah, he's
Hear
probably
that,
dead.
everyone? We gotta make ourselves useful around here.
This is whatever.
October 12th, 1998. 6. No. 7 months since the bomb fell. Had an incident at the West Gate. Some civilians dug under the fence and tried to make a run for the commissary. Sergeant Peters told us to open fire. Standing orders. Orders to be shot on sight. They didn't look like much to me from 80 meters. And when we got close enough to inspect the bodies, I saw why. They looked like scarecrows. Just skin and bone. The oldest was maybe 15. Every time I close my eyes, I see that kid's face. God forgive me. I can't do this anymore.
Okay. What? Let's talk to the hobo.
Hey, dudes. Hi. Well, what's up? Haven't seen you before. Have I? Rangers, huh? Cool, man. Cool. I, like your look. I think I had a shirt like that once, a long time ago. Long time ago. Headquarters for what? Arizona. Arizona. That sounds far, real far. Are there, like, more of you? Oh, hey, man, that's good. That's good, man. More, people hanging out. Cool, man, cool. So, hey, what? Oh, yeah, man, of course. I don't mind. Ask me whatever. My name? Yeah, Ned. Ned? Harry. Nick. Booger. Dickens. What? Something like that. Honestly, I don't, remember. Been a long time since I thought about that, man. been a longer time since someone asked me about it. I kind of been here for a while. Couldn't tell you, man. Couldn't tell you. Like, there's no windows or clocks in here, you know? Hard to keep track of when the day starts or ends. Anyway, a long time. Long enough for other groups, other people to come and go. You know, man, I got everything I need in here to keep on. Little crack in the ceiling over there drips some water. So I just gotta lick the wall when I'm thirsty. And, you know what they say about dark, damp spaces, man. Mushroom grow there, man. So I added a little self-made fertilizer. Those mushrooms are growing good. Yeah, man, yeah. Yum, yum. Oh, yeah, and bugs, when they come by. Buzzy crunchers and climby snappers and skittery two-bites and running gushers. Sometimes roly poppers and hoppy specks. Once a squirmy slurp. That was a good day, man. But yeah, mainly mushrooms. Yeah, sure, maybe. Sometimes, like, a guy might come in, but I don't know if he was connected to the guy who came in before him, you know? Kinda hard to keep track of how long it is between visits. And people don't always tell me what's going on outside. But, let me see. Last guy who came in to see me was the dead guy. Before him, Tired Eyes Lady. Before her, the Smiling Woman. Before that, it's a little fuzzy. Oh, man. That's some wild stuff. So a while ago, that dead guy over there came running in here all nervous and freaked out and starts messing with that computer machine over there. And yeah, then there's this big-ass flash of light from the computer machine and he falls down and then all these sirens and flashing lights. It was horrible, man. Like, it made it really hard to sleep, you know? Then after a while, the alarm stopped, and then, well, you came in. Well, she was a woman, dressed all raggedy, but, I'm one to talk on that. Anyway, she came in here looking sad. Eyes looked like she hadn't seen a good night's rest in years. We talked for a bit, and then she left again. Sometimes I think I can still hear her voice. Hope she didn't die and she's haunting me for some reason. Though, now that I think about it, I guess I'd be glad for company, you know? Oh, a real nice lady, man. Had a big old smile on her face the whole time we talked. Just never stopped smiling. I think she said she was a trader. Talked about how she had some merchandise to keep here and some people she was gonna deal with. Said I wasn't a suitable client, which, sure, 'cause I got no money.
She was a slaver.
Well, actually, she said I wouldn't be suitable for her clients, which I thought was
Yeah.
a weird way to say that.
A smiling woman's a slaver.
You know, man, it's, I've been here a long time, and I eat a lot of mushrooms. Can't always remember things that happened in the, olden days, but I'll try. There was a gentleman bear, the lip licker, and, the bloody screamers, and, metal fellers. The really white guy, and owl, owl face. Oh, and the 6 wee men and a lion. But, yeah, hard to remember who came in first, and, which ones were just a nursery rhyme my grandma told me, so... yeah, okay. Cool. Because, the cell door is locked. Aw, man, didn't you like my joke?
It was fun.
Okay, like, well, so a guy I used to be friends with, well, I guess he was more of a business partner. Friend, though, too, man. Like, former friend who decided he didn't, want to go splitsies anymore, so he conked me on the head. And when I woke up, I was in here. Real bummer, man, like, seriously. I told you, man, my partner trapped me in here. Thought he was my friend, you know? But,
He doesn't tell us what he and his partner were dealing, what they were doing. You don't really know what this guy is.
while those alarms were going off? How'd that happen? Well, that guy, he fell over onto the computer machine after the flash. Maybe he landed on the buttons, or on a thing with all the little buttons. Or, oh, shit, man. Do you think someone snuck in here while I was sleeping and fiddled with those buttons? A prowler lurking about? That's some scary stuff, man. Yikes.
Whatever. Kill the prisoner. No.
Oh, man, yes, please. Very much.
Your call on this one, Rangers, but really, I just let nature take its course here, if you know what I mean.
I'd really like to get out of here. Really.
We'll see what we can do, no promises.
Cool, I get it, man.
Oh shit. Sorry about this.
Appreciate it. So
Okay, this is taking a while. There's a lot of reading and stuff. I don't think we have anything
You're
to...
good people, Rangers. We'll find a way to pay you back. Anything you need? Sure. Andy may have. He's the only one of us who knew computers. I told him to stay out of there because I was afraid of... well, look, of something like what happened when this whole place got locked down.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's horrible. They were there when we arrived. Probably been rotting away for months from the look of them. Ugh, not to mention the smell.
Okay, this shouldn't happen again.
Yep. There was a man locked in there when we moved in, living off insects and mushrooms in his cell. I left him locked up after I met him. I felt bad about that. He was cordial enough, but he just kept asking questions that felt off, and those glassy eyes.
Yeah, he's a weirdo, but yeah.
Booby traps, mostly. One of my people disarmed an explosive on a door, but missed a gas mine under the floor panel on the other side. She was vomiting for a week. Almost died. I told everyone to avoid the room after that. No one here is worth losing over whatever guns may or may not be in there.
Okay.
Poked my head in there and saw a giant robot next to a dead body. Hard pass.
Yeah, we're gonna go there next.
We first got into the base through a hole in the archive room's wall. Some critters living in there chased us around, but we managed to shut them in before anyone got seriously hurt. We've been trying to snare them for a while for fresh meat, but they just chew through the ropes like they're Sour Patch Kids.
So yeah, we killed the critters.
Careful out there.
Yeah,
It's
nothing
an
else.
uncaring world.
Can I go in here?
This must
There's
have been a mess
nothing,
hall.
right?
Better get this up and running pronto. Keeping your people well
Yeah,
fed
we'll
is
get it
probably
up
the
and
easiest
running,
way to
good.
keep them loyal.
The toaster can wait. Yeah, it can wait. We'll come back to the headquarters later. Okay. Now this is gonna be tricky. Let's see the computer first. Mechanical failure. I guess we'll have to check with the computer later. When we've got our base up and running. So. Yeah, whatever. Leave it alone. I want the brawler to go talk to it. We might lose some people here, but it's fine. It's fine. You can always heal them up and raise them from the dead. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to stun it. I don't have any perks yet. Yeah, no damage, as I said. So. Yeah, we're definitely gonna lose some people here. There's no way I'm killing this on one shot. Let's try the sniper first. Yeah, that was lucky. That was like a 30% or something. Maybe we can kill it. Nah, it's gonna kill somebody. Assault rifles do no damage. Yeah, whatever. It missed. Huh. The cat is gonna kill it. Is it really on the highest difficulty? What the fudge? Supreme Jerk. mean, it's easy, but I remember the early game to be a bit harder. I don't think we have anything else to do here, so we can leave this place.
Systems active. Greetings, Rangers.
Greetings to you too. Maybe with higher perception. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna check the entire base right now, but I'm gonna check here as well. Nah, there's nothing. Okay. Let's move on. It's gonna be a huge video. Whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna make them a playlist, so it's fine if they're huge. I mean, myself, I like watching huge videos, so I know that YouTube doesn't show huge videos on its search engine, but whatever. Most YouTubers make their videos up to 20 minutes so that they appear on YouTube's platform when you search for it. I don't care. I mean, the first videos are gonna be small, the first two videos, so anybody who's interested will watch the entire playlist. Long loading screens.
Please, my son's not a Dorsey. Let him go. You don't look like marshals. Do you work for the Patriarch? Then my boy needs your help. He's going to be executed. And they won't listen when I say he's no killer. Judge Watkins has sentenced my son to die. Austin is all I have left. Everyone else died on the plains. He's a good boy. He never hurt anyone. I'm sure of it. Please, maybe Watkins will listen to you. I don't even know why he was rounded up. He won't tell me. Says he's embarrassed. I know they caught him doing something wrong, but he says he never hurt anyone. If you talk to him, maybe he'll tell you what happened. Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than your mother. I know that much. Austin Pease, the skinny boy up on the platform. I can't imagine he killed anyone. We've seen enough death on our way out here. He never wanted to hurt anyone, ever.
Okay.
Our family escaped the wars in the East. Tried to make our way across the plains. My husband, my other son, my daughters. One by one, picked off and killed. Now it's just the two of us. And I'm gonna lose him too.
Okay, you're not
Please,
gonna lose him.
help my son.
Chill out. No.
Mercy on your soul, Colorado!
Bastards!
Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Just got a lot on my mind. Made a real big mistake. See, the Plains gangs chased my mom and me off our land. We lost everything. Heard this was a place of God-fearing people and thought they'd do right by us. But people here kept us out in the cold, letting us starve to death while they sat inside, warm and fed. Then the Dorseys came and gave me some food and some kindness and asked me to do some vandalism. Figured what was the harm? I never killed no one, but I did bust some windows. Marshals caught me doing it, and they said I was working with the Dorseys. Magistrate agreed, so here I am. Mom would have talked me out of it. Should have talked to her first.
So they're gonna kill him because he busted a bunch of windows.
We were starving. No two ways about it. We were going to die. Dorseys gave us food. I figured a few windows was a worthwhile trade for the bread and meat that saved our lives.
They made Dorseys look like stupid idiots. Anyway, we'll see later. I don't want to spoil this, because it's a big part of the story. But I don't like the fact that Dorseys look like idiots. And savages. No.
I thought it was too harsh, but what happens if I speak up now? Will they come after my mom? I can't take the chance. Magistrate tells me it's death. They're gonna strip me down, tie me to those things, and they're gonna let the cold do its work. I wonder if it'll hurt.
Wish I could tell you it won't, kid. But that'd be a lie.
Magistrate's a hard man. I wish I could believe it'd work. I'd do anything for someone who could get me free without hurting anybody in the process. Guess I don't have any money to give you, but I'd pay you back in hard work, if you'll have me. I'm used to hard work around the homestead, and I ain't too bad with a gun either. My folks made sure I could hunt and fight. I always dreamed of coming to the big city and being a newspaper man. You know, interviewing people, telling the truth about how things really are. Sure didn't turn out like I hoped.
Yeah, we don't care about escape plans.
Nice
Goodbye.
talking to you.
Bastards!
Bastards!
There's also this girl, Hallie, we can talk to.
Mom?
No, I'm not your
Oh,
mom.
sorry. Never mind. Why? What do you want? No, please, I just need you to go away. Please. I don't know. We were heading to Colorado Springs with a lot of other folks when we got separated. I hurried here as quick as I could after, but I ain't found her anywhere. I keep hoping. There was this smiling lady. She said she had some food, and I could take some back to my mom if I came with her. And next thing I know, she was gonna sell me. She put me in a cage.
Okay, she was a slave.
One of her men took me out of the cage to...
Yeah.
I kicked him as hard as I could and ran. They didn't find me in the dark. And then I saw some refugees and tagged along. Stayed with them till I got here.
Nice.
Bye.
Nothing here. Bunch of corpses.
Cowardly attack on Colorado Springs!
Do I free the kid right now, or do I free it later? Yeah, later. We'll have to wait.
Marshals! Finally! I was beginning to think you were never going to help... Hold on now. You aren't marshals. You look like... ruffians. Are you here to see the sheriff? Well, I'm first. I've been waiting here on tenterhooks for an hour. It's maddening. My family has been kidnapped by those no-good Dorseys, and the marshals will give me no answers about their situation. They won't even speak to me. That may be, But my family is one of the leading families of Colorado Springs. We have been longtime allies of the Patriarch and supporters of all he stands for. Surely that should be given some consideration.
I like her. She's a bit too confident, but she's a nice character.
Someone let the Dorseys into town, and the savages have taken my family hostage, along with a good many others, and retreated to the Garden of the Gods. I came here to demand that Sheriff Daisy immediately mount an expedition to save them, but her marshals keep putting me off. My name is Lucia Wesson, daughter of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes of the 100 Families. But now they and my little brother have been kidnapped by those good-for-nothing Dorseys, and I fear for their lives. We are the founding families of Colorado Springs, descended from the survivalists who came together after the deluge of fire and helped the Patriarch build a stronger Colorado. I'm proud to trace my lineage back before the war on both sides of my family.
Whoa.
No good traitors, that's what they are. Used to be 100 families, like us, but rotten. Backstabbers, every one of them. At least that's what my father says.
They used to be aristocrats, and now they look like savages. Whatever.
They rebelled against the Patriarch before I was born, and were driven from the city. I was always told they were dead and gone. It seems I was misinformed. Well, you look capable enough, but I don't know you from Adam. Why, you might be robbers or bandits.
Yeah, we're robbers and bandits, but we're also the Rangers.
Thanks all the same, but I think I'll continue to wait on the proper authorities. Frustrating though that may be. Sheriff Daisy, I will not leave until you speak to me.
The garden. Dorsey slipped right past the ones we've got.
Well, now you must be the Rangers. I'm the sheriff around here, but you can call me Daisy. Old Saul tells me you're a bunch of badasses, and I ain't one to turn away a badass, especially at a time like this. I reckon you already heard all about the Dorsey raid, so I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say, we whooped 'em good, and the survivors are holed up in the Garden of the Gods with a bunch of hostages. Thing is, I lost a lot of marshals. My boys and girls are tired and beat up. You want to make some fast friends around here? You could go into the garden and speak to those Dorseys for us. Maybe find out how the hell they got into the city in the first place.
And by speak, you mean shoot the everlasting shit out of them and save those hostages, right, boss?
Quan, I hear you're some fancy liaison now. Old Saul taking my people without even asking? How dare he? Anyway, yes, you rascal. That's exactly what I mean. But question him first, you hear?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
We'd be glad to help.
And I'm glad to hear it. The job's easy enough, if you like using bullets.
I'm gonna talk to her more later.
Now, the Dorsey's hostages are from the fancy side of town. 100 Families folk. Try to get 'em out of there alive, or I'll never hear the fucking end of it. And please, take young Miss Weston with you. I need that girl out of my hair. In fact, I'm gonna insist. I'm telling Lupinski not to let you into the garden without her. But don't worry. She knows which end of the gun the bullets come out of. Go in there and kick some ass, Rangers.
Okay. Good. I didn't talk to this.
I'm not sure why the
lady.
sheriff didn't assign me marshals.
Oh, guy.
But, well, beggars can't be choosers. I am the Miss Wesson she spoke of. Lucia Wesson, daughter of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes of the 100 Families. As Sheriff Daisy told you, They and some of our neighbors were taken hostage by the Dorseys, and I mean to free them. All of them. So, I'm ready when you are. It's a project of the Ward family, a showcase for their know-how. They grow food there using the latest technologies. Colorado Springs leads the world in science. But there are plenty of places to hide in the garden. The Dorseys could be laying for us anywhere. We shall have to be cautious. Certainly. My father taught me to shoot almost before I could walk, and I'm the best shot in the city.
Oh, it's true. She's a prodigy, all right. Also a pain in the ass.
I know very little about you, strangers. And even if I trusted you as I would a friend, it is still my family who the Dorseys threaten. I must go.
Alright, let's go.
At last.
At last. At long last.
What can I do for you, Rangers?
Probably nothing.
Reports. Lots of... The Dorsey raid really tore up the town. Murder, looting, fires. They even attacked this station. Not that they got very far. It's been exhausting. Don't blink. It's on the back of the box. We keep the peace here in Colorado Springs. Mostly, though, we do what Sheriff Daisy says.
Yeah.
Thanks. If you've got any feedback, be sure to fill out a
Generic
form.
shit. The rest of them are bots. Let's steal some shit from the marshals. You need very high lockpicking early on. In general, you wanna max lockpicking as fast as possible, so you don't have to come back at all these places to deal with all the loot you've left behind. Oh, shit. A little bit of torture. Yeah, again, the Patriarch is not a good guy, but whatever.
New in town? Did you hear about what happened? Sure has. Dorsey's got into the city, but nobody knows how. They started shooting up the place and killed a lot of people. Then they made a run at the Patriarch's palace. Oh, but they couldn't get inside. It took a while, but Sheriff Daisy and the marshals beat him back. Now they're holed up in the Garden of the Gods. Well, some of them, anyway. Others jumped in their trucks and ran for it. Just what I've been told. Back before I was born, they were the family that betrayed the Patriarch and tried to take charge of Colorado. Thing is, everybody thought they'd been dead for years. I mean, there's tons of stories about how the Patriarch wiped them all out. Yep. I work for the Colorado Patriot. Only newspaper left in America. We tell people what's happening in the city and what they should think about it.
What they should think about.
Be careful. Might still be Dorsey's hiding out in the city.
That's
I ain't
nice
afraid to use this gun, Martha.
Garden of the Gods is just north of Market Square. Marshal Lupinski should be out.
Consarn it! You Dorsey peckerheads, get on out of there!
Hush up now, Josiah. You can't go in there alone. They'll kill you.
You think I can't handle myself? I've put down worse than these in my time.
Since when? You've been a shopkeeper all your life. Will you help me talk some sense into this old fool? If he goes after those Dorseys, he'll get himself killed.
Some of those Dorsey bastards are hiding out in my shop. My shop! Finest clothing store in the whole dang town. So I'm going in after them. They're too busy. Besides, a man should be able to protect his own shop.
Yeah.
Thank you. Keep an old man from killing himself, will you?
Killing myself? Can't you pretend to have some faith in me, Martha? Especially in front of these soldier types? You do this, you'll get a nice discount at the shop. Assuming I still have a shop by the time it's all over.
Okay, let's check our characters a little bit. Yeah, we need Kissos ASAP. Do we have Hardas? Oh, I've got 4 already. Okay. So I've used all my skill points. I will need more lockpicking soon. And mechanics as well, probably.
Shit, Hotlanders! We thought you was all dead. I done told you. Don't come any closer.
You morons.
Nah, you're right. We're gone. Nice get up.
He's got the torch. That's cool. That's really cool.
Phew, boy. Thanks again for taking care of those Dorseys. We'll clean up the old store and make it good as new. Pretty soon we'll be selling suits, pants, hats, and all the rest. Finest garments in town. And here, a little token of our appreciation. Come on back after we reopen the shop.
Wait, I'm gonna loot you first. Lockpicking 5. Holy shit. Yeah. How much for a level? Not much. Okay, we're gonna come back here soon.
You've got our gratitude, Rangers.
Come on back after
Oh
I
yeah,
open up
yeah.
my shop.
He doesn't talk right now. Okay, let's get the level and come back here before we forget.
This here's Market Square. The Arapaho garage is just outside the city gates.
Okay,
My
these
old friend Doc
guys
Parker set up a
will
clinic.
attack
Carved
us
this
if
the
we
best
go
doctor in
close.
town. Be a hell
So
of an
we
asset
got
if
to
you persuade him to join
throw a
the Rangers.
grenade or
Careful
something.
though. The doc is prickly at the best of times. And these are not the best of times.
Yeah, I don't think we can start the combat. I mean, my best choice is to shoot a sniper. Let's check their position. I don't think I can go any closer. I wanna shoot one of the guys in the back. Let's try to get some cover. No cover. If I go there, the fight will start. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool. This is the good sniper. Yeah, this is a good sniper. Oh my god. It's okay, it's okay. It's not that hard of a fight. I cannot shoot my gun and throw a grenade, so we'll choose to throw a grenade instead. Here. Yeah. Holy crap. Explodomaniac, man. Explodomaniac and what was the other one? Pyromaniac. That's 50% bonus damage. Or 40, something like that. Maybe more. I think Pyromaniac adds 2 bonuses on the grenades. I don't know. Okay, this guy can shoot twice. Now we're gonna move him. You have to wait. This is gonna get 1 shot. Yeah, I don't think I can do much. Let's just kill this guy. You will go a bit in the front. Wait. Yeah, we might lose some people here. By the way, later on, getting some charisma.
Dead to
Oh, I'm gonna shoot myself. I didn't trigger. Okay, she's alive. Good. I can shoot both of them. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, shotguns are amazing. My brawler can kill him. Great. Come on. Let's use a sniper bullet, whatever. Oh, she got a level? Yeah. 2, 1, 5, 6. Great. Okay, that's great. Now we can get that lock picking. And we need a level on him for Kisas, but that's gonna take a while. Found a shotgun, I think. It might be better than what I have. Yeah, it's definitely better. And Lucia needs items. No SMG yet. No. Oh, and we have a gun as well. Oh, small guns 3. Whatever. And this is... I think it's small guns 2. Yeah. I wanna save that kid, but it needs Kisas 4. So I'm gonna try to get on this area 1 level on Martial Gnome, Quom, whatever he's called, and otherwise you need to give them $200. I don't wanna do that.
Jimmy Bob's still standing. Dorseys or no Dorseys. You think a little raid would stop snapping Jimmy Bob? No siree. New faces? Let me know if you need to restock. I hear there's still some Dorseys in the city. That's snapping, Jimmy Bob, thank you. Not that much to tell. My dad was a trader, and a good one. And now I'm a trader, and a good one. Might seem boring to wandering muscle like yourself, but I like it. Oh, that's my prized possession. A genuine pre-apocalypse, fully functional microwave. I can cook up some truly gourmet delicacies with it. But the damn power got cut in the fight. It'll take the city weeks to fix it.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's trade.
Let's
see what he has. He has nothing of interest. Later on I want the scope, but right now I can't afford it. Oh, maybe I can. Whatever, I don't have any good guns yet. I'm gonna buy it later. Let's fix his microwave. No, 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 no. I wasn't fast enough. So there is this little spark here. Pop, 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 pop. And it leads here. And you repair this. Yeah.
Oh, wow! The microwave's humming again.
First time I played it, I didn't find this out. I didn't pay attention to the little spark. But if you look at the little spark, it's quite obvious. You have to follow it.
Thanks for getting the power hooked back up to my microwave. I've got some real treats I couldn't sell without it. Power line must have gotten busted up in the fight. Let's.
I don't think there's anything different. It's pretty much the same shit. What is this? Is it?
Hi, y'all. Name's Let's.
Yeah. This makes your damage cold. Cool. Cold damage. I mean, it penetrates armor, I think.
Jesus, loaves and fishes, Christ! That's a bomb under my stall, ain't it?
Oh shit, Taiwan. It is.
We best stay back.
Holy mackerel! Better stay back from my stall. Those goddamn Dorseys dropped a landmine under it. Really? That's great news. Here's a little something for you. I'm back in business.
Sardines.
Welcome to the freshly reopened Taiwan Jones's Emporium! We have everything you need, just for the asking and, well, the paying. You didn't hear this from me, Franz, but word is there's still Dorseys all around the city waiting to jump innocents such as yourself. Be sure to stock up with me, yeah? Ah, you want to hear about the wide open seas, my trusty vessel, the wild waves crashing the shores? Well, sorry, chums. I'm just here to sell stuff. What would you like? I have no idea what you're talking about, Franz. Nope. No. Wish that I did, Franz. Born and raised in Colorado Springs. Me? I've never even seen a fish in my life. Wondrous creatures, I hear. Sardinely.
Okay, she's got some good stuff for the early game. You can get a strong shotgun here, or a decent revolver, but they cost money. a lot of money, all our money, so screw it. Yeah. Any mods? No mods. Yeah, there are no weapon mods. Okay. What about
Did you see the
you?
Dorseys almost blow up the statue? Welcome to Merry Milk Teeth's Morning After Mart. If you did some things last night that you wish you hadn't, I got you covered. I can clean you up, sober you up, cure your ills, and get you ready to face the new day. Or maybe you got banged up in the Dorsey raid. I can help with that too. What do you need? Just a simple humanitarian who saw a niche that needed filling. Now, are you buying or are you talking? Remedies for regret, children. Headache pills, hair of the dog, pills for the pox, pills for the pain, and first aid kits for those of you who might have started something you couldn't finish. All guaranteed to fill you with pep and put a spring in your step. What can I get you? Here you go, children. Salvation is at hand.
Salvation's at hand. Okay, nothing. Thought someone is selling something useful here, but I don't. I mean, the guns are decent. They can help you in the early game.
Ferris fiend, turn!
Be sure to loot these containers.
You got business with Mama Carter?
Nah.
Well then, stop wasting my time until you do.
Okay, Mama Carter.
Ah, hello there. The name's Theodoric Curie. Theo for friends. I need to work on these gate hydraulics, but I always have time to answer some questions, if you're here to learn about our wall. I am the humble son of scientists. My mother and father were on a mission to pursue the possibility of cold fusion. Imagine nuclear reactions at room temperatures, making it safe for everyone. Sadly, they are gone, and my efforts to follow their work has been stymied by immediate dangers. Perhaps one day, I'll have the time to devote to such a monumental achievement again. It's simply your standard concrete barrier with Tesla-styled electrical deterrents. Not an absolute marvel of what could be done, but sufficient for the task of keeping out enemies. If we had oil to power the generators, you'd see the glorious effect of thousands of volts of electricity arcing across it, deterring would-be attackers from approaching. Such a pity.
If we had oil. Okay.
Believe me, I understand. Thank you for stopping by, and good.
Yeah, now you want to loot these containers here, so you can complete the quest as fast as possible with the dog.
Hey, Doc. Quan, hope you won't take offense, but I've got no time for niceties. Dying people take precedence.
Understood, brother.
They're in bad shape, and I don't have the time or tools to save them. Thank you. The things I need most are a suture kit, an injury kit, and a medic pack. Got that? These folks are literally dying on us, so don't fuck around.
We didn't have a suture kit. These containers in the south of the med, whatever this is, of this house, they contain a suture kit.
Great. Then get started on those patients.
Who is our dog? This guy. Okay, you can talk to him and it tells you what he needs. But yeah, whatever.
Jumped out of a
it just
building to
describes the
escape
injury.
Dorseys.
Didn't
you
count on
need
the ground stop.
for this guy an injury kit.
I'm feeling better by the minute. You
Feeling
saved
better.
my life.
Yeah, again it describes the injury.
Stop.
She's just lost some health. Let's heal her.
Please. What's going on? Did you patch me up?
Yeah, I did. And this guy is obviously bleeding. It's a bit disgusting.
Bad, is it? Just
Found something.
am I right?
This looks like it could help
You
Parker's
should see.
patients.
The other guy. Thanks. Would have bled to death without you.
What now? Good. Thank you. One sec, though. I know I've asked a lot of you, and I'm grateful for what you've already done. But I need one more favor. You see this girl? She was shot in the head, but there's no exit wound. The bullet's still in there. I need to keep constant watch on her, and I need cleaner, safer facilities to do it.
Nice.
If you let me use the facilities at your HQ, I'll do anything. I'll work as your doctor. I'll fucking juggle for you, Rangers. I just need to save her. What do you say?
Welcome abroad, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you. You've saved her life. And mine. Need anything before I get my stuff together?
Yeah, patch us up.
Of course. Let's have a look. Good luck.
Great.
You ever hear of car gardens?
You mean where they grow these
Hey, Jimmy. Glad to see you're okay. Dorsey's didn't get this far?
Nah, they didn't bother with us. They were after folks wearing badges like yours. I would have shot those Dorseys dead if they'd walked in my garage. Haven't seen your friends before. If you folks are looking for help with your vehicle, you've come to the right place. This is the Colorado Springs Arapahoe Station. We got stations all over Colorado, mostly for fixing and supplying our own fleet. But we fix vehicles and sell parts to anybody. I'm the manager, Jimmy Longhaul. That's my crew over there. You need any repairs or alterations to your ride, they're the ones who will put it all together. Best crew in the business. Yeah? Oh, that's Doc Parker. He needed a place to set up his clinic, and we had the space, so good thing, too. Those Dorseys hurt a lot of people with that little raid of theirs. We brought as many as we could in here, and Doc's been patching them up as fast as he can. Only got 2 hands, though. The best in Colorado Springs, no lie. He was the Patriarch's personal physician for a while. Took care of all the hoity-toits in Broadmoor Heights, too. Kinda pissed us off at the time, actually. Nice Arapahoe boy, taking care of the hemorrhoids of 100 families and turning his back on his own people. Came home in the end, though. Remembered who he was and set up his clinic here. Been serving the working people of Colorado Springs ever since.
Nice.
Co-workers, not employees. I only give the orders 'cause I take the orders, get me? Anyway, Fastback's the old one. Been with the station almost as long as I have. Wrench, the tall fella, thinks he's a heartbreaker, but he's the most sentimental sap you'll ever meet. And Pacer's our newest recruit. Don't mess with her. She's 10 pounds of attitude in a 5-pound bag. At the moment, yeah, I guess so. Driving and wrenching has kind of become the Arapahoe brand. We pride ourselves on being the best mechanics and couriers in the West. Well, except for those of us who run the stations. We mostly live on the road. The people of the convoy, some folks call us. And we've turned that way of life into a business. Arapaho service stations, Iron Thunder logistics, Arapaho caravan protection, and so on. While other folks were eating each other in the suburbs or fighting over mansions in Broadmoor Heights, we kept to the wildlands and didn't come back until civilization had reestablished itself. And when we came back, we came with services people needed. Transportation, protection, and repair. Been living well ever since.
Okay.
Sure we do, if they're good enough. Takes a lot of skills to be better than an Arapaho, though.
What do you
Anything
sell?
for your vehicle. Have a look.
A lot of talking. Okay, this is the one I wanted. We'll definitely need the bonus on mechanics. I don't think I need to talk to any of them. They don't say anything. And there's nothing to steal here. Let's go lockpick. Let's shop before we forget. I don't think we're getting to level Marshal Quan right now. Not enough XP, sadly. So we'll have to pay to free that kid. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, and the medical crate. I didn't see the medical crate. It's really easy to miss stuff because of the way shift works. It shows you things that you've already looted, which sucks a bit, and things that you cannot interact with, like the gas heater. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna probably end the video right here. Oh no, go to the museum as well. Yeah, let's see the entire area and then I'm gonna end the video.
Came here for every class trip we ever had.
Game is starting to crash. I'll have to restart my computer as well. It's a good moment to... You can talk to all these robots and hear their stories. I really don't want to. Again, there are a lot of YouTubers who do that kind of shit. I'm not that much interested. There's nothing to loot here, right? Yeah.
You know, Miss Wesson, the Marshals could always do with new blood.
I thought you only took people who were a bit more crooked-like.
We don't discriminate. Long as you
Okay.
can shoot and follow orders.
Perhaps not, then. I can only do one of those things.
Greetings, visitors. My name is Junko Murayama, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Saul Buchanan Colorado Heritage Museum. You're about to embark on a journey through history as we share with you the people and events that made Colorado what it is today. Our new and improved animatronic exhibits will bring history to life as you learn about the rise of the Patriarch, the unification of the 100 families, and their battles against the Monster Army and the Plains Gangs. The staff of the Colorado Heritage Museum asks that you do not interact with the exhibits. Ready? Let's go!
Okay, yeah, we will have to pay for the dude to get free. I cannot level, I cannot get to Kisas 4. Do I have the money? Yeah, I do. Let's go. Save the kid and then I'll end the video.
I hope you die slow! I hope you die slow!
I was hoping to avoid this.
Howdy, Judge. How's your heart? Still colder than a well digger's ass?
Marshal Quan, impertinent as ever, I see. Rangers, I am Magistrate Silas Watkins. I have heard of your arrival, partly from the confessions of the Dorsey Raiders. You'll be pleased to know that I sentenced them to death for their part in the attack on the city and your convoy. They are the only instrument of justice we need. Serious offenders die by exposure. Sometimes I might grant a reprieve after frostbiters claim their extremities. Oh, to the contrary. It is more merciful than the punishments meted out by the mountain clans or the gangs of the plains. If we did any less, they would see our nation as weak. And in Colorado, weakness is death. As much as we might long for the world before the bombs, when justice was not so cruel, that is not the world we inhabit.
Yeah. Whatever.
And let's be honest, Judge. You kind of like it too, don't you?
No, I do not. I only do what the law commands.
And since you're the law around here, I guess you're your own boss.
I follow principles set forth at the second founding of this city, as you know very well. Without our laws and the penalties to enforce them, we're no better than the wastelanders. For some offenses, we have a work camp on the plains. I don't approve of their methods, but it's outside my jurisdiction. Minor infractions, like public drunkenness or disorderly conduct, are punished by a short stay in the sheriff's lockup. Proceed.
Yeah. Let's try to save the boy.
His crimes are still severe. He was part of the Dorsey uprising. He caused significant property damage. His actions diverted marshals from responding to reports of attacks, magnifying the harm the Dorseys were able to inflict. Argue a case, and I might show lenience.
Yeah, case us for whatever.
My concern cannot be for his mother. It can only be for the law. Regrettable, but he chose this path, not I. Mercy. I do not see the word in my law books. The Patriarch has charged me to dispense justice, not mercy.
Yeah.
You wish to compensate the city and the owners of the damaged properties for their losses. I can facilitate that. That's the price in Colorado dollars.
Here we go.
This is irregular, but it is within my powers to grant you full custody of Austin Peace. Any further infractions he may commit are the Ranger's responsibility. I would recommend keeping him out of trouble. You should inform the boy. Best he hears the good news from you.
Bastards!
Still here. Not looking forward to what comes next. What? Are you serious? You really saved my life and I get to be a ranger? Soon as they let me free, I'm going straight to your headquarters. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Clean guns, scrub toilets, you name it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Slow. You Rangers are heroes.
Okay, that was the whole thing with the entire city. I don't think there's anything else I can do right now. We're ready to go to the next part. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We could buy some sardines, but let's not.
I heard we had some new arrivals wash on in. Military types, they said. Can't really see the difference between you and the ordinary class of mercs. Well, much as I'd love to shoot the shit with you tryhards, Sheriff Daisy said to let you go on in. So, go on. Give them Dorseys some hell.
Marshal Lupinski, I expect you to moderate your language in the presence of a young lady.
My apologies, Miss West. I meant no disrespect. Best of luck to you and your companions here. It's the Garden of the Gods. Rocks, experimental farms, and now those Dorseys. Nope.
Okay, that's it.
No room for amateurs in this town. You hear? No room.
What was that? Yeah, it makes that sound every now and then. I don't know why. As if you found something on the map. So far the game is much easier than I expected. I mean, I didn't do the hardest fight, and I cheesed out with the turret another one. The hardest fight is the first big fight, where you can save that one ranger, the one with the pink hair. That was the only one part in the entire game that I was afraid I would die, actually. The rest of the game should be easy, without any save scamming. I'm not gonna save scam anyway. If I die, I die. It will be the end of the campaign. Garden of the Gods, created during geological upheaval millions of years ago. Okay guys, thanks for watching.
Whoever just came up from the city, come in. This is Bellamy Ward. There are Dorseys all over the garden. I'm pinned down on a high ledge. Can you reach me? Oh, thank God. I'll call out if I see you, as long as it's safe. Hey! You on the ledge! Hands up! Oh no, they found me.
Okay. I gotta restart my computer. Thanks for watching guys. See you next time.